The driving force of the hyperbolic chamber harlot of the ancient baby angel warrior that cling to their hearts, tongues, lungs, eyes, and mind as a driving force of motivation. In this harlot lied like this driving motivational force of this baby angel. Baby angel, he was left-handed. And he had this torrent of a tropical storm that felt up his eyes to the crown of the waves, and the torrent in his hair as lightning as a tropical storm that presented itself, that the little one was so handsome to God that he gave away a heavenly bride as a goddess. Any goddess you could imagine having, he had for a bride. And she fell from heaven from this tropical torrent through a harlot that was locked away in this treasure chest of the lungs, and let's just say the feet, the conscience, and follicles of the hair. In this hyperbolic chamber, as time traveled, he was the perfect brain meditation. Basically, you got rain. It was the perfect rain meditation that when lightning struck, it shined such a prolific shining, it was such a beautiful shine at the perfect strike of the hour of me time that you could hear lightning's temple needle drop and a torrent of a storm. And it was a very solid strike of high elevation, magnitude, altitude, aptitude, very gorgeous storm. And somewhere locked away in this torrent was a driving, hyperbolic chamber in the skin that was like a temple in the sky of what lies on the mind. It's like the needle that laid silently as a lightning bolt to the waves and torrent, to the very death-defining, not death, but death-defining. Have you ever hit a altitude within yourself where you temporarily blocked out everything, even hearing was somewhat took from the torrent, that the storm, it was loud as visual, but to actually be heard, the visual loudness separated itself in a very silently manner in a hyperbolic chamber of a locket of the lungs, as a storm that drained the super torrent strength. And the torrent was filled with of course rain, but in the rain were these white spots. And the white spots was a symbolism of consciousness time traveling throughout a flooded oval, relying, sleeping, and a beauty of a child that was locked away within you. And the power of the child, It was a underlying skeletal headline of strength. It was a deep power, a godlike inner child chi. It was such a magnifying, beautiful, perfected connection between the creator of like the brightest superhero like connection between God and like this underlying moment of the crown that God took his lightning bolt and laid it on the temple of the sky and on the vessel of the vortex of the cerebral hemorrhage of aqueous humorous hair follicle moment. The thing was, it wasn't so much that the hyperbolic chamber struck at the perfect moment to unlock the heart locket and the treasure chest hidden underneath the sea of like the belt buckle, but it clung to his tongue that how bad did you actually want to be set free as a graduate and also return home to the beginning as just like to your goddess with like a torrent of goddess, a tropical storm of goddess. And she was quiet as a sheep. It was nighttime. It was around 12:15 me time. But somewhere in there, clinging to his tongue and heart vessels as a driving force within the Adam's apple, like an Adam's bomb, it created like this torrent of like electrical force field. The voice became a force field that even the quality of sound itself broke through like a wall of splash mystery into like a deaf moment separating the mind from the virtues of the perfect, shining, underlying skeletal, shining vortex. That the mind had become one with the creator of this super atom bomb. And as much as I would love to hear like this atom bomb in the temple of like this underlying strike, the perfect strike within a hyperbolic chamber that unleashed like the glory of the heart as a feather to us, a lightning bolt, or lightning to rain, or rain to wind, that it activated like the super hemoglobinal gland in the mind, with the audio wavelengths of the brain frequency of quantum jumping altitudes. It leaped out into the universe like a cricket to the temples of the skies, of the temple to the lightning. And to be continued.